Okay then, hello folks. I know it's been a while. We are now in 2017. I think we are on the Tuesday, just going on for the Wednesday, so we're on like the second, crossing into the third. And I've managed to get my grow lights set back up because we've been doing a lot of work on the house. Doggy's sat with me at the moment. Now, that over here is nothing special, that's just something that's been ticking away for a while and it's been in the cold, now it needs heat. What we've come to see is the giant onions. Now, yeah, they're not very far on, are they? No, I am very, very late this year. I was going to give it my first shot this year, and with everything going on, I've only now just got into sowing them at the very beginning of December. So they've been in there now almost, what, 24 hours? Temperatures usually around the 30-degree mark under here. So I'm keeping that nice and moist. It's not going to be a problem. So that's good. It's only about, what, a foot away or so from the lighting. So I think that's probably going to be okay for now. I've got not too many seeds in there. I'm not too sure exactly how many comes in the pack, but I've decided to give it a go. Now, as I say, it is very late on. I know most people have started theirs sort of like 2 weeks into November. Some people at the beginning of December, and I'm like now here at the very beginning of January. But it's only just for fun, really. It's not going to be like a major trying to break any records and entering shows. So it's just a bit of a laugh, bit of a giggle. As you can see, these are our seeds of choice, like any champion would choose. Yet you buy the Russian ones off eBay. So, as I say, it's literally just for a giggle and see what happens. They could end up basically coming out the size of pickled onions, which is most likely what is going to happen. But, hey, worth a shot. So that's basically where I'm up to now this year. My next thing is next week or two, I'm going to sow some chilies because these ones, I know a lot of people start them early anyway with the climate over here in the UK, so you get your nice ripening during the summer, but these ones do literally take a lot longer to grow. So that will be the next update and where we're going to go this year. So I'll just leave you with that. That was just a little bit of a look at where we are. Papa! Okay, so we're just doing an update. It's now Monday once again. It is exactly a week since we first sowed those onions. Now, obviously in the meantime, you'll have seen the other video, maybe, in which case I've done the chilies. They've only been in now literally, what, since the weekend? It's been the 6th, which was a Friday, so it is coming up to 3 days. They've not started doing anything yet. But as for the onions, I don't know if you'll be able to see, there is quite a few now starting to pop through a week in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I can see, which is not a lot considering the number that we sowed in there. We did sow a hell of a lot more, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The bananas still not doing anything, but they can take 6 months. They've been left in the cold while got neglected, but I'm sure 1 or 2 will pop out unexpectedly. Well, just at the 1 week mark now. We're on Monday. It is exactly a week since we sowed the onions, so if we go in and just have a quick look, you'll probably see 1 or 2 little green loops now sticking out of the compost. I think we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so that I can see on their way through. Not a lot considering the number that we sowed. However, as you probably saw in another video, I've got my chilies on the go. There, they were done Sunday just gone, and more chilies there. So fingers crossed we'll get a few onions. I mean, if 7 is what we get, that's what we get. As I say, this isn't a serious competition go. This is just a for funsies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the original video and I'm going to merge like the week 1 and week 2 update, because at week 2 is hopefully these will be at the crook stage and they'll be ready for potting on into 9cm pots, and then I'll leave them in there for a month or 2 before going up again to the next size. So that's the week update, and I'll see you again in a week's time. So we're at that stage. It's time to repot the onions. Here they are. As you can see, one of them has flopped over today, so he's a bit too tall and is now going to get repotted into these sort of 9cm pots here. I'm going to do a 50-50 mix, perlite and compost, so 2.5 measures of this, 2.5 measures of that, and I'm just going to blend this all together now, and then I'm going to just put one of these. I'm going to do 5 of them for now, the rest are all a bit not done anything, as you can see. So I'll be back with you in one moment. Right, there we go, just a simple 50-50 mix of Westlands multipurpose with added John-ins to some perlite, and that's just to give it that extra drainage as well as just give it that freedom for the roots, but it'll be enough to compact this down, as one or two of them are getting a little bit tall and leggy now. So I'm going to fill one of these up, just simply tease one out, drop it in, and I'll be back when I've done all those. Alright then, so I've picked out the best 5, they're all in there now, and I've just prepped these on in advance, saves me a job later and messing around, disturbing roots and stuff. Hopefully they'll start to put out a few more roots and branch out. They've not, a lot of them have got now a couple of good like sort of length roots, but 1 or 2 are really short. The remainder onions are all like that as well, they're sort of a bit curled and they're not straightening, and the roots are just about a couple of millimetres long on them. They're really not worth doing anything with. So these have all been watered in anyway with a little squirt and that, dipped a pen to make their holes. So these are now going to go back under the lights, but instead of being on 24 hours a day, I'm going to have these on 6 hours on, 6 hours off. So they'll go from... No, they won't. They'll do 12-hour days, sorry. They're going to go 6 till 6, so 12 on, 12 off. That's what I meant to do. And then hopefully by that stage they'll be large enough that they'll get repotted into this next size pot shortly before they decide to go out into 60-litre containers, which are going to be in the conservatory. So this is all for now. This is where we're at. It's now been 2 weeks and a day since these were originally sown, and I'll keep you up to date with their progress probably on a week or 2 week basis. Nothing's going to happen now with them. They get a bit taller, they get a few more leaves. That's about it. So that's where we're at with the giant onions.